guys, I want to get started today with a little bit of history behind the mystery. How does that sound? Good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I made it rhyme for the kids, but it looks like that had no effect whatsoever, so wonderful. All right, guys, so this land that we're standing on beneath our feet was originally purchased in 1939 by a man called George Prather. Now, Mr. Prather, he was initially interested in the flat land that's now our parking zone. But the lumber company, who owned this entire area at the time, wanted to sell the land as a package deal, right? So they wanted to sell the flat land as well as the land to surrounding hillsides. Now, Mr. Prather initially had no interest in those hillsides. He just wanted the flat land to build a summer cabin on. However, his wife, the woman he was married to, right, very interested in that package deal. So what are you supposed to do in a situation like that? You're a husband, you're a wife, you guys are butting heads about what you guys want to do. Oh, Jesus.
Compromise.
The word I was looking for was compromise. So that was your next guess? Right? You guys are a couple, right? Interesting. All right. So what was the compromise? You might be wondering. Well, he bought the flat land, of course, to build his summer cabin on, and then he bought half of the hillsides, right? He bought the hillsides, the mystery spot cabin is leaning on today. Now, the very first thing he did upon purchasing this hillside was he sent up a team of surveyors to go and inspect it. Now, when the surveyors came back is where things get interesting or mysterious, right? Because they came back with 3 very mysterious things to tell people, right? The first thing being that this hillside that we're going to walk up later on in this tour is actually twice as hard to climb as opposed to any other hillside of its caliber.
Oh, wow.
And the surveyors couldn't tell them why. The only thing that they could explain was that they felt a mysterious force resting on their chest and on their shoulders as they made their way up. But again, they couldn't tell them why. The second thing the surveyors picked up were their compasses, right? When they whipped those out to examine them, they noticed they were completely out of whack. What was supposed to have been reading due north on those compasses was actually reading south, and what was supposed to have been reading east was now reading west. If you have a physical compass with you here today, one you can hold in your hand or pull up on your phone, you'll notice the same effects with the spindle unable to find due north, right? So that's something still really cool that you can see today. The third and final thing that they picked up was that all of these mysterious effects and happenings, the hard to read compasses, the difficult to ascend hill, the forces they were feeling, well, it was all only occurring and showing up within a 150-foot diameter, right? So circle, with what's now the mystery spot cabin being at the center of that diameter, and these 2 cement blocks indicating its border. So what this means in 2025, right, is that this half of the group right here is in the mystery spot right now. Congratulations, you made it. And this half over here, scum. I mean, no refund. Sounds good? Yeah? Okay. I noticed a lot of blank stares as I'm giving that history lesson. You have to listen to it once. I give it 7 times a day, so it's a little, you know what I mean? But that's fine, all right? I want to get started with a couple of demonstrations, right, that have to do with being on this border. But before I do, would anybody like to take a guess as to what this tool in my hand is?
A level.
And what's a level supposed to tell us?
Whether the line is level.
Yeah, hint whether or not a surface is level. It's in the name, right? This particular level, this is the pinnacle of American intelligence. How can I tell? It's made in Canada, so please keep that in mind, all right? I'm going to take this level, place it atop this wooden plank. The bubble goes right to the middle. What does that mean? Yeah, it's level, right? No trick question. What if I place it on its sister plank up in front? I can again see the bubble goes right to the middle, indicating I have not 1 but 2 flat and level surfaces spanning across that border, okay? So, to accompany those 2 flat and level surfaces, I'm going to need 2 volunteers to come help me out with this first demonstration, just 2. If you're not going to volunteer, you're going to be voluntold. Wonderful. I'm going to take you, young man. Can you come up and help me out? And then maybe you, young man, can you come and assist him? Thank you so much. Do you guys know each other? No? Okay. Well, introduce yourselves. It's really awkward. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to have both of you stand facing towards one another like you're on skis. Yes, you on this side. Good. And then you're going to stand right where I'm standing. Okay? Perfect. How old are you? How old are you? 11. Okay, so we can see that. It's apparent in the height, right? I'm going to have you both stand up straight like this, okay? Look into each other's eyes if you could. And fight. No, sorry. Wrong job. Okay, just stand where we're standing. I'm going to measure the 8-year-old's eye line. I'm going to see probably about to his chin or just below. Yeah? You guys agree? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have you 2 switch spots now. So you're going to exit, you're going to enter. Alright, stand up straight. Are we noticing anything right off the bat? What do we notice? Yeah, they're around the same height, or maybe he's even a little bit taller. If you measure by eye line, I can now see he's about to your own. Do you know what this means? You're shrunk. Are you feeling any shorter on this side? No? Okay. Well, just remember, it doesn't matter how we feel in this world. It matters how we look, and you do look a lot shorter. Okay, give him a big round of applause. Wonderful, excellent. So some of you might be taking a look at this demonstration and thinking, well, it's just some cheap trick. Look at these planks of wood. They look a little thinner, a little bit thicker on one side than they do on the other. I actually want to explain, we used to be able to conduct these demonstrations just standing on these cement slabs right here, right? But over time, roots from the redwoods, as the trees grew up, their roots grew out and underneath the cement, offsetting them, right? So in order to again achieve the integrity of a flat and level surface, we had to specifically file down some planks of wood of our own, right? Just to maintain what we're seeing today, again, as a flat and level surface, right? Y'all with me?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you are. All right, what about two more people? Who wants to come and help me out? Two more people. You paid to be here. I'm getting paid to be here, so just keep that in mind. I don't know if you two ladies are going to come and help me out. Thank you so much. Love the volunteerism. Giving back to our community. Your community being improved. Okay, wonderful. So one foot on each of the wood planks, if you're on skis. How do you guys know each other? Your roommates, just not friends or anything like that? Okay, wonderful. So if you're looking at your roommate, where's your eyeliner? Yeah, see? I think you're overestimating a bit. I'm going to measure the eyeliner. See, it's probably about to the brim of her nose right there, okay? Yeah, I'm going to have you two switch spots over here. Oh my god. Are we liking it on this side? A little better? Keep drinking your milk. You might be able to regain a couple of those inches. Give them a big round of applause, you guys. Wonderful. So y'all, for these demonstrations, we can conclude you're a little bit shorter when you're standing on the inside of the mystery spot than you are when you're standing on the outside of it. Another mysterious fact is that when you're standing on the inside of the mystery spot, you're always going to be standing at a lean, okay? That's a 3-degree lean or more at all times. This 3 degrees is eventually going to turn into 17. If you want to see what that looks like, take a look at that Life magazine photo, okay? That photo is very, very old. It was taken in 1948, and it takes the Harding family inside of the mystery spot cabin again, where we're going to be later on. Now I know what some of you are thinking, however the most mysterious part about that photo is not how high that man's pants are, so please keep your judgment to yourself on that. It's actually the woman who is the most mysterious part about that photo, and it has to do with her name. Her name is congruent to what she's doing with her body in that photo. Any guesses as to what her name might be? Yeah, it is 100%. Eileen. Yeah, that was a really good guess. Remember, guys, it's a $10 tour. It's only $10 jokes, okay? Again, I'm going to reiterate, you paid to be here, and I'm getting paid to be here. All right, wonderful. Let's head on up this hill and use that
researched it. She told me.
¿Qué pasó ahí? Feels easy, you're in shape.
Not easy. Oh, just my leg. Sound like
¿Cómo, hija?
No nos dijo el nombre y la chica dijo que estaba bien.
Is it getting harder?
my legs.
You're not in shape.
Quick show of hands. How many of you thought that hillside right there was a little bit harder to climb up than maybe it should have been? And through your modesty. If you're not raising your hands, you can do it a couple more times and then we can chat about it. Okay? Guys, we actually believe this hillside right here is marked to ascend up because of the forces that are theoretically emitting from the center.
No sabía que era así.
Again, those forces are pressing directly on our chest and on our shoulders. Fight our way on up that hill, right? Y'all with me? Glad you think that's funny. It's just gonna get worse. Okay? We're gonna head on into this courtyard. This is the main event, Mystery Spot Cabin. I do have to warn you, it is at this point when we enter into this first courtyard that a lot of people do begin to feel a little bit dizzy. A little bit nauseous. If this is the case, if you're feeling sick or dizzy or nauseous, sucks for you.
Te puedes sentir mareado, dice, con náuseas.
Es la presión, yo creo que aquí hay presión. Sí, a mí me dio abajo eso. Sí, si no estuviera mi realidad.
Lovely guys, we're making some good time. So if you all want to put your feet together, face towards me, and just shout it out, what are we noticing? Do you guys remember how much you said we were eating in the opening courtyard? What degree? 17. 17 in the cabin, 3 in the opening. It's now isolated to 11 because we are on a hillside, right? Everything's going to be a little bit more pronounced. Some of you, if you want to put your feet together, face them towards the parking lot, okay? Yeah, I'm going to give you guys a little gift. If you look down, you might notice this is the first time you're seeing your toes since Thanksgiving, so get that reality, okay? Whatever you have to put our feet together, face them towards the wood. And if you guys could join me, please, in my favorite position here in the mystery spot by taking those hands and then on behind and back like this. This leads to some of the spirit of Michael Jackson. Guys, please show some respect. Michael Jackson's my favorite individual.
Yes.
Lovely. That was the best joke in the entire tour, and I'm still not getting a lot from you people. Some of you really didn't like it, that's fine. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this cabin right behind me, the Mystery Spot Cabin. I'm going to show you a really quick demonstration, and then we're going to enter into gravity, guys. So this cabin right behind me was originally built in 1940, 20 yards up the hill. But in 1940, it slid downhill quite quickly and rapidly and stopped right where it's leaning today. Would anybody like to take a guess as to why it stopped here and didn't continue on down the rest of the hill? Why stopped the cabin? Because there's no tree. What's your name? Kai. Give Kai a big round of applause, guys. He's listening. He's participating with more plans. Cool, right? You are wrong though, Kai. It's not a tree. Oh, I do appreciate the guess, okay? And it makes sense. Look at these redwoods. They look big enough, they look tall enough, they look strong enough to stop a fully formed cabin. But I have to remind you, who did Mr. Crayfair purchase the land from initially? What company? Yeah, so what do those companies do? They murder trees, right? That means when Mr. Crayfair purchased this land in 1939, there were no trees in the area, right? All the redwoods you see growing around us are around 70 to 80 years old. They don't just spring up in a one-year time frame, right? So when the cabin was built in 1940, slid downhill that same year, stopped not because of a tree. We believe the cabin stopped right where it's leaning today because this is the center. I got you, but you over here, Stone Cold Killer. Dang. Christian, was it? Yeah. Is everything okay at home, Christian? Wonderful. Well, guys, I want to prove to you. Oh, look, it's a little guy.
How's this doing?
All right. I want to prove to you this is the center of the mystery spot, or rather we're approaching it by showing you. Remember, there's no alterations, no modifications, most importantly, no V-shaped groove carved into the plank of wood to alter the direction of an object and placed upon it, okay? So taking this plank of wood, placing it on the inside of the cabin, all right, kind of making it steady. I'm going to get this pocket-sized level, place it atop this board. Christian, can you come tell me, is the bubble to the left or to the right? You can stand kind of where I'm standing just to take a look at it. You can point too if you want.
To the left or to the right?
To the right? It's a really good guess. All right, give him a big round of applause. Wonderful. I'm gonna have someone come check it. The answer is actually opposite. How about you come up and help me out? Yeah, don't look so excited about it. Wonderful. So, left or right? Left. All right. I'm gonna go with you because that's the right answer. All right, wonderful. So the bubble goes to the left side. What does it mean if it's not perfectly in the middle?
Not level.
It's not level, right? Because the bubble is going to the left, it means this is the higher side, right? So if that's higher and that's lower, it's at an incline, and I take something rounded out like a billiard ball and place it atop an inclined surface, what should happen to the ball? Roll down, right? Things uphill should roll downhill. So let's test it out. Put it up here, give it a harsh little roll back. We're going to notice it's going to stop. And roll up and off the board, right? So we're gonna try that again, and you're gonna respond with a bit more enthusiasm because it's a freaking ball rolling uphill, all right? I don't know why your arms are crossed, all right? This is freaking amazing what's happening here. So let's try it again, okay? Partial roll back this time. We're gonna see it's gonna stop, and oh my God, whoa! Little sarcastic. All right. Now a lot of people, they're confused by this, right? They think maybe it's magnets, right, affecting the direction of a ball. Maybe it's motors. Okay. What if I change the substance, right, from a solid to a liquid? I'll take some water. Okay. Let's take this water, pour some out for the homies, put some on the board. I'm actually gonna see. After the initial jolt of water from the pour, it continues to trickle down and will do so until there's nothing left, right? And coincidentally, it's no longer water, not after being on that plank of wood. That is now turned into tequila, actually. I'm just kidding. It was tequila the whole time. All right?
Girl, I was gonna break out my shots right now.
The mystery spot parties are fun, I'll say that much. Okay, wonderful guys. So we're gonna head on into the cabin. Note, I got a couple of demonstrations I want to show you in each of the rooms. The quicker we're able to get in, I get through those demonstrations, the more time you guys are gonna have in the cabin, have some fun, take some photos. Very important thing to note is if you're feeling sick or dizzy or nauseous, head on out into the next courtyard. It doesn't matter if there's another tour group there. Being on a flatter surface will make you feel a lot better, okay? Let's go on in.
Okay, the board looked like he was up. Confusing. Mystery. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, if you need me to steady it.
About Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Guys, wonderful. All right, does anyone remember the most I said you could lean at the mystery spot? What degree? Yeah, 17 degrees. So you can now display this if you want to stand on this table. If you go all the way to the edge, right? You stand up straight, you'll be depicting, right, a 17 degree lean. Some fun positions you guys can try up here are positions like the Titanic, the Superman, the Jesus Christ, a lot of arms out like this, so any variation would be appreciated. If you have a small child, feel free to scoop them up. You can do the Lion King. It doesn't have to be your foot. Wonderful. So guys, if you want to stand on this table, it's very important we use this steps to ascend and to descend. It's very important we don't jump. We may think we have an idea of where we're going to land, but it turns out to be in a completely different orientation, right? Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
What did I just say?
Don't jump. Nice.
Head on into that room. I got one more thing I want to show you. This is the center of the mystery spot in this room. And let's take
Sube, Cristian.
But don't jump down. You have to use that.
I was scared.
Sube.
Just go. How she was doing it.
Párate aquí en la puntita.
Don't jump.
Recto, recto.
Sit up straight. Don't jump.
Miley Cyrus is wrecking ball and everything is good. 32 pounds lead pendulum ball. Right?
Ahora te pones en la punta. No te vas a caer. No te caes. ¿No?
Si se siente la presión.
Pero calmate, por favor.
Dale, ¿qué estás haciendo?
El Michael Jackson.
Creo que todos, pónganse ahí, pónganse. Sí,
Cristian,
ponte ahí. Todos como Michael Jackson. Michelle, tú no sales. Pónganse más acá. O aquí, aquí. Los niños. 1, 2, ya.
Se siente como si se está moviendo, como que es gravity.
Pero no
My leading right? Yeah, okay. Don't jump.
También otras, como que va subiendo, inclinado.
That's pretty. It's been almost the same since we opened it.
concrete here.
Mom. Get a picture.
Sí.
Unless you want to do it.
Watch out for the ball.
No entiendo. ¿Qué se supone que es eso?
I feel so different over here.
¿Cómo se queda ahí? ¿Ya miraste cómo se queda? Anda. Voy a poner otro lado. allá.
Scary mushroom? Let me try.
That's okay.
Let me try.
It's hard walking that way.
If anybody wants a group or family photo, I'm happy to take one for you in front of the cabin.
Spider mother.
Does anybody want a group or family photo?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.